The becoming of metaphysical or energetic substance into physical matter or body is a spatial definition, the limitation of which makes space. This is number. Thus space is not that in which a body is situated, but the body itself, whereas the medium in which it exists is the abstract, metaphysical, energetic substance, that corporeal nothingness of which the world is made, that nothingness which is all. Number is but a fracture of unity. We need the number 2 in order to define the number 1, which, as indivisible unity, is impossible for us to understand. The Chinese sages said, 1 always equals 3. The Egyptian sages placed the triad at the beginning of each line, as they placed the triangle at the origin of geometric forms. 2 irreducible magnitudes are necessary to determine the third. Between the numbers 1 and 2, the self becomes I, the ego, the mathematical definition of the value of 1 as something in relation to itself. Next, with the prima materia, or original I, the becoming of consciousness finally begins to blend into the self once all experience has been acquired. The principle of reaction, reflection, is the law of vital phenomena. Everything that appears is the effect of reaction. Every organism lives only because of its faculty for reaction. Sound, light, all the effects of energy are reaction. Nothing can grow without reaction. Changes in the social order, whether natural or artificial, are reaction. Reaction is a modification of action in the sense of dualization, and the day begins with the lunar night, reflected light, the substance in which the action of the active solar day can then continue. Thus to speak of nature is to speak of duality, stability through equilibrium. But those who go higher are those who break through the stability, who know how to disunite in order to search the parts for what is eternal. Eternal equals eternal. Then there is no more separation. All attempts to describe this life are useless and will always deceive, just as it is impossible to explain how a point becomes a surface, how 1 becomes 2. The definition of anything whatsoever in the natural or physical universe is innate consciousness. Essentially, this inborn consciousness in its final fulfillment is, for the mineral, affinity; for the plant, affinity, growth, and generation of fruit or seed; for the animal, affinity, growth, free movement, and cerebral intelligence which bestows instinct. For the human animal, all the preceding consciousnesses are innate, and reason develops, which will make man conscious of consciousness. The term consciousness is used philosophically in different ways, but always and of necessity includes a relationship between 2 elements and the faculty of memory. Understood in this way, consciousness of fused identity would be nonsensical. But we can also define consciousness as being that specific quality of a thing endowing it with the capacity to select by affinity, which is then a true remembering of its position in relation to other things. Reason affirms in us what the brain cannot understand a priori knowledge. Reason shows us the nobility of the useless, which is beauty, pardon, faith, sacrifice, the sacred act. Reason is the intelligence of the heart which allows us to love, to be the thing, to be inside of the thing, to grow with the plant, to fly with the bird, to glide with the serpent, to be that way of a man with a maid which the proverb says cannot be known, to become cubic space within the cube.